What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I am back with more thoughts on last night's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And today I have my homegirl with me, Miss Sheridan S. Davis, to give her thoughts and opinions on last night's episode 2. Sheridan, say hi to the T Squad.
Hey, T Squad.
Okay, so I was reading last night's comment section this morning, and I was baffled by the comments and the opinions on last night's episode, because it was like 50-50. 50% of you were like, the women that were engaged and married were wrong, and we're on a reality show, nothing is up for grabs. And then the other 50% of you were like, this was a girls' weekend, Kenya was doing too much, people should respect other people's privacy, they were just having fun, and basically don't ask, don't tell, don't bring it up on camera. I was like, let me call Sheridan, because I'm not understanding how the double standards of when on other reality shows, when a man, whether separated or not, has done something with another woman, you guys hold the men's feet to the fire saying, oh, he was wrong, they're still married, so and they're still married, it doesn't matter that they're just separated, he's still cheating, da 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 da. But then on last night's episode, when it came to the women that were married and just like in LaToya's case, she's separated, but Drew is still very much a married woman. Tanya thinks she a married woman. Shamia is a very married woman, even though we know she married the African man just for his money. Portia over there don't know whether she want to be engaged or a single woman. She don't know what she want to be. But I'm gonna give, like I said, Portia a pass, because Portia is technically single or whatever. She go back and forth on whether her and that nigga together or not. So she was free to do whatever she wanted to do last night. But
that weekend.
Yeah, that weekend. But for the rest of them, I'm like, y'all was wrong. Let me just say this before Sheridan even begins on her thoughts. If it was me and I found out that my fiance or husband was at a bachelor party and they had a stripper. First of all, I wouldn't have cared about the stripper part. This is just me speaking. I wouldn't have cared about the stripper part or whatever. They had their fun or whatever doing the festivities part, right? We all know that strippers come, they gyrate on you, male or female, they flip you over, they do all these, these sexually explicit acts. But when it comes to the festivities part is over, and now y'all have gone into the after show, the after party, and it's 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I see footage or hear about footage of my fiance up at 3 o'clock in the morning gyrating on a stripper and clothes burning, a la Drew Sidora, because we saw her bent over on all fours, which is a sexual act, popping her coochie for a real nigga. I'm gonna have a problem with that, sir. That is cheating. What I don't understand, like, what? Because if it was your man that did it, all hell would break loose. But because she was a woman and her husband left her for 3 days, which I think that whole storyline was fake, but okay, then it's basically tit for tat. That's not how marriage works. If we're gonna be real, let's be real. Like, come on, people. What do you think about? Let's go down from each lady. Let's start with Drew. How did you feel about Drew's behavior?
I was distracted by Drew's blazer dress, to be honest. Baby, them rhinestones took me out.
Oh, Jesus, she's so country. She's so country, Jesus.
I was more focused on that oversized Temptations blazer than anything. She looked like one of the members of the Mighty Clouds of Joy. If y'all don't know, that is a quartet Christian group.
Oh, goodbye, Sheridan.
I love Drew Sidora, but she has rubbed me wrong this episode. Now, here's my thing with Drew. Not you came on here your first few episodes talking about you do praise and worship and you all representing Jesus the Christ, my Savior. And then a couple episodes later, we turned around and you popping it, legs to the moon, like Rashida said, for a stripper.
Make it make sense, Jesus. Okay.
Make it make sense. So did she leave that and go straight to do praise and worship for her mama church?
Not even that, friend, but the episode where they were at the lake house at Lake Bailey, and Latoya made the comment, "I'm separated. I can do what I want to do," and it was from Drew. What kind of marriage you in?
You don't care about husbands.
You don't care about husbands, but you were, like I said, participating in debaucherous acts with a stripper that was not your husband, with your ass and your coochie all in this man's face after the festivities was done at 3:00 in the morning. Make it make sense how that is acceptable, and that's just typical girls' weekend fun. First of all,
that's why you got to be careful when you are being, because not necessarily that I think that she was being judgmental to Latoya, because I was thinking the same thing. Girl, you married. But you have to be careful when you're making proclamations like that, because 10 minutes later, people don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
When you are in the same scenario, they going to bring up your words like, honey, didn't you say?
Exactamundo. Exactly. Now, Shamia's a freak hoe. She whatever, but she married too. Now, we don't know how much Shamia did last night, so we just gonna bypass her. We just know that she was involved in the girl-on-girl acts. And let's talk about that.
Right.
That's cheating too. Y'all hoes is over there tonguing each other down, humping on each other, acting like y'all having threesomes. But that was just girl weekend fun. I'm sorry, me and my girlfriends don't kiss on each other in the mouth.
And here's the thing about it, too. Because aren't these the same people in the comments who was talking about Juan and Michael just a few months ago with Potomac? Aren't these the same people making statements like, I can't believe them, when they were having their little Mike moment talking about just me and you going to Vegas? Weren't these the same people going in on them? And now it's somehow acceptable on Atlanta Housewives? I just need y'all to make it make sense. It's the double standards.
It's the double standards, because it ain't just, we were having girls' weekend fun by kissing on each other. It was bachelorette fun. If you found out, once again, your fiance or a husband was at a bachelor party tonguing down another man. Let's just keep it a buck. And he was literally having a throuple kissing session with another man. Would that just be considered bachelor fun?
I would be divorced.
So make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Second of all, they were working. This wasn't a off-camera bachelorette party that was then brought to the show. Y'all were at work. Ain't no privacy at work. Are y'all forgetting that these women are filming a reality show? They know the difference from off-camera behavior that's not being filmed, and we're at work on a timestamp. Just because the camera crew demiked us and dropped their handheld cameras, they all still were very aware that there's cameras in the ceilings. That's why they covered them up. But they once again did not take into account the cameras that were on the patio outside that could still pick up audio, and that the blinds were open and could still see what they were doing. Absolutely. So when some of you in the comment section were talking about people need to respect other people's privacy and this is and that, I'm like, have y'all forgot that these hoes is at work? Ain't no privacy. They're filming a reality show. So Kenya bringing the shit to the forefront is a part of her what? Job. Their job is to call each other out on their behavior. So Kenya was clocking in and doing what she was supposed to do.
Here's the thing, Keisha. Okay, so let's go with the narrative that Kenya was wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
For what she did. Now, we are aware that when they do things together in filming season, now, whether or not it's on camera or not, if they do things together during the season, that it might come up on the show. If so facto, let's revert back to, I think, last season with Snakegate. That whole scenario happened off camera, but it was brought back onto camera.
Sure did. Forgot all about it.
Yes, like, let's stop acting like this is new, where people do things during the season and it comes on camera. It happens. It happens. It's Candy that's blowing me for real, but we can get to her later.
Yeah, we're going to get to her too. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not understanding how y'all trying to justify that they supposed to have privacy when they're working. Whatever happens during filming happens. And do y'all really think, whether Kenya brought it up or not, let's not forget that Cynthia and Drew had a conversation about it the next morning. Several people brought it up. But let's not forget, did y'all really think that production was going to let that shit slide and not bring that shit to the forefront? And then I saw a lot of you in the comment section saying, well, if they did have sex with him, why haven't we seen the audio or seen any video of that? Have y'all not been peeping how production has been doing things? They showing us stuff, bits and pieces, and then they'll flash back and show us what really happened on episodes later. So we still haven't even gotten into production actually showing us what happened in that room. Oh, they're going to give us the audio and the footage of that. Oh, yes, they are. Please believe it's coming. But, I mean, regardless of that, the evidence is already there. We seen that man walk out at 7 o'clock in the morning. The party was over when he walked out and went into the back, and Portia came back and said, can you come back out? That's the party was over then. That's when they went into overdrive or whatever. He was supposed to have been gone at that point. So, obviously, something happened. Now, I also saw in the comment section, a lot of them were saying that it wasn't Tanya. They think that it was Toya that was in the room with Portia and Bolo. I don't necessarily believe that based off the after show on Bravo. And I saw the clips today where Toya was actually interrogating Candy about not saying who was in that room and protecting people. And she was going in on Candy. And there's some tension there. I'll just tell you that. So I very much don't think that it was Toya.
He didn't have to say who was in the room. Tanya's face told us everything.
I mean, it was written all over her face. You don't have to say a word. Like, she looked like she was about to cry. Now, let's get on Miss Tanya. Tanya is engaged and think that she married. So, what was her exact words? What she said, what she says about... We're married. We're practically married. Okay, so we're going to go with... Girl, first of all, speak on it, Jesus the Christ. Go ahead and tell him from a pastor's point of view, friend.
Married or you're not. Like, stop with this practically. You marry or you single. Like, this practically is what's killing me. The engagement point is supposed to be a trial run to see. Not trial, and then you practice marital activities, but it's supposed to be a time in which we see, okay, whether or not this is going to be a thing. If we're going to be able to work as a married couple. Why you engaged for 75 years, I don't understand.
Girl.
I'm never going to understand.
Girl, okay. But regardless, you're still engaged. And we heard the audio. Well, first of all, let's go to what they showed us on the show. We saw Portia and LaToya making out on the couch. We then saw Banana Face get up on a step stool and turn the camera to the left to protect her friend. Banana Face. You know her ass. You know who I'm talking about. Chiquita Banana. We then saw her push the camera to the left to protect her friend. Now, this is supposed to be your friend so tough, right? We heard Portia say, Tanya, have you had your turn with Bolo? And she was like, girl, no, I can't do that. Yes, you can. What friend of yours, that's your homegirl, your friend, coercing you and amping you up to play with this stripper when she know that you gonna get in trouble by doing said things? And you even say, girl, I'm gonna get in trouble. I cannot do that. First of all, I wouldn't pressure my friend to do that. We then saw her grab Tanya's hand and stand her up. Then the next clip we saw was Bolo and Portia standing, I'm guess, over Tanya, who was laying down, and he was doing something with her. We don't know because we couldn't see that far. But obviously, they did something in that room, the three of them. How is that considered just girl weekend fun when you're engaged? Because let's not forget last season, you were adamant that that man did not take the cookie lady number. And we all know he did. But okay, girl.
But here's the thing about Tanya. Okay, so that was last season. But remember when she was in full-blown tears at Nene's thought that maybe her and Paul would not get married. So at 50, I'm not here for you blaming peer pressure is what I'm not going to do.
Nope.
Now, I used to be the person who just, I've heard married people say, or married men say that they didn't want their wives hanging around a whole bunch of single women. And I used to be like, that's stupid, that's dumb. Until I watched last night's episode, and I kind of understood, because this is what they be talking about.
Yeah.
This right here, what Portia just pulled. But Tanya is too smart for me to blame Portia, because you're in IT, you run several businesses, but you didn't have the brain power in that moment to say, well, you said it, but to follow through with, I have a man.
Exactly. And I'm going to get in trouble, and this is not right. And so when everything was brought up the next day and she had the scared look on her face like, oh my God, I'm getting caught the fuck up and I'm going to deny. It was just like, you did it, girl. So you knew what you was doing, and you knew that the cameras was rolling. Y'all was at work. Once again, nothing is off limits when we're filming a reality show. So you can't blame Portia. I mean, you can't blame Kenya for that. You got to blame yourself. And then Drew making these comments about Kenya. If she would have did all of that for her husband, maybe they'd still be together. First of all, you could be the nastiest, freakiest bitch in the bedroom. They ain't got shit to do with whether or not a man gonna be with you or not. Let's keep it a buck.
Baby, when I tell you, if I were Kenya, y'all know I'm saved, I'm a church girl, all that stuff, I would forget all that. If I would have heard Drew say that, when I tell you I would have grabbed her by the micro braids, that, you don't do that. You don't even know her. You don't know nothing about these folks' relationships. And if truth be told, since that's your logic, if your husband supposedly left you for 3 days, maybe you wasn't laying it low and spreading it wide like you were supposed to.
Come on, Evelyn V. Braxton. All right.
Okay.
You better tell the kids.
If that's your logic, then maybe if you would have done that, he wouldn't have left you for 3 days.
And didn't even want to tell you where he went. He just up and left in the thief, like a thief in the night. Girl, but okay. And then let's get on Miss Candy the Burris. I'm really not understanding this, trying to protect these girls, especially Portia, who once again, literally 3 years ago, said that you tried to rape her in the dungeon, but you sitting up here on camera capping for her and trying to protect her. I'm really not understanding this. Really not. What is going on here? Is she just so happy that they're friendly again? I'm not understanding this logic at all.
Candy has been foul all season towards Kenya. And I looked on Twitter. I'm rarely on there, but I had to look last night. And someone even asked her, are you and Kenya still friends? And she was like, yes, I love Kenya. Kenya's a better person than me.
Yeah, because I can't tell.
Ain't no way world I would be friends with Candy Burris.
Yeah, because a lot of the comments that have been made, and okay, so let me say this too. I didn't catch on last night's episode where Kenya said that she had went down to the kitchen to get her baby some milk. I didn't catch that part. So when I said on my review last night that I didn't like the comment that Candy made, I didn't know once again that she had actually went down there to get some milk. 'Cause that's why I was like, how you know that the baby wasn't asleep? Okay, so with that being said, I could understand where Candy was coming from, but for me, that to be my friend, I would have still made that type of comment towards somebody that I actually call friend outside of the show, and we're just not co-workers. It still was a dig to me.
Kenya was lying. That baby was asleep. She went down there because she heard the activity, and she wanted to know what was going on. The baby was knocked out. Like five.
So, like I said, I just don't like the way Candy been moving this season or whatever. And like I said, And Candy has even said out of her own mouth where if it's not on camera, she won't bring it up. But everything was on, y'all was filming. Like, I'm not understanding why you're trying to not have these conversations about what happened with the stripper. Is it because Bolo works for you and you're trying to protect Bolo? I'm not understanding this whole situation. Like,
I think it's twofold. So I think it's number one that she is contracted with Bolo and she's trying to protect him. But number two, I don't think she was aware that they were being filmed because remember they turned all those cameras off or moved them around. If you notice the cameras that was catching him, if I'm not mistaken, those cameras look like they were outside.
Yeah, they were outside on the patio. Okay, so yeah, with that being said,
I don't think
she didn't know.
For her, it was off camera.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Because I'm like, y'all really think their production was dumb enough not to catch what y'all was doing? Like, come the fuck on, y'all. Y'all been doing this for 13 years now. Y'all gotta know how production rolls. So regardless, once again, whether or not Kenya brought the shit up, y'all was getting exposed anyway. Anyway.
They could have played it to the left. That's the thing. If all of them, right, would have been like, girl, you lying. What noise? Who said that? Then the conversation would have been done last night's episode. If everybody would have been like, girl, what you talking? I went to bed. Then the conversation would have went to bed. But Tanya don't know how to. Tanya looks so guilty. Portia was so angry. Mm-hmm. But Portia, she didn't tell us anything that we don't already know about you, darling.
Girl, I mean, let's just keep it a buck.
Evangelist Portia. We already know Evangelist Portia. She didn't put nothing out there that we don't already know. Not one thing.
Not a thing.
But if Kenya, first of all, Kenya never said until the confessionals, I know I heard Portia's voice. So the confessionals are filmed significantly after all of this.
Right.
So Portia is getting upset. And I think Shamia is the one who said that Kenya was implicating her.
Yeah, her and Tanya. And she never said that. Shamia told on them. Shamia told on them, her dumb ass.
She definitely did. I think her and Shekinah went to the same school.
Girl. Because you're right, friend. If they would have did... Go ahead.
That's another reason why I'm upset with Candy. Candy just put the dungeon to the side for a good while. It's not a good idea right now. When all the allegations going around with your name on it, just now it's not the time. It's ratchet. I'm not here for it.
Yeah, but this was filmed then, so the allegations and stuff wasn't, this is present time, so, but it's still like, yeah. But even with that being said, what you just said actually made sense. If they would have pulled a Potomac and band together like Giselle, Candice, and Robin and them, and rallied on some, we don't know what the fuck you talking about type shit, how they did Monique, then all of this would have been squashed outside of what production would have shown. But then even with that being said, what Kenya was doing at the pool, she was playing. And once again, she was doing her what? Job. We're at work. Ain't no privacy at work. I don't understand how y'all don't get this. Y'all want to realize it's a reality show when it fits the narrative for your faves. But then
But if you heard, we heard Portia out her own mouth. This was not Kenya saying this. Portia Stewart Williams again, said out of her own mouth, one of y'all eating me tonight.
Somebody in the comment section said that need to be her tagline next season. I hollered.
Thanks to Jesus. That girl said, I'm a lesbian tonight, and I will never forget Candy standing at that table
and told it, and she tried to deny it. I never did that. I wouldn't want to do nothing with you. Oh, okay.
That yelled you to be in LGBT, and I never forgot it. That was hysterical. And called her a freak hoe in front of her man when they was on vacation. So, or the guy that was pretending to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
But see, we give Portia all type of passes. Because Portia can hire a man for a season, and that's just that. But Kenya get married, and y'all still say she hired a man. But you know, whatever, it's double standard.
Mm-hmm. It really honestly is. And that's what cracks me up about. Because like I said on my video, I'm an all opportunity hater. I'm hating on everybody. If you need to be hated on, I'm checking everybody. Kenya, anybody. But I'm also going to give you praise when praise is due. So that's why I'm like, I don't understand the biasness amongst some of the viewers on this show. Because I'm just like, when did it become acceptable for women to cheat on a girl's trip and it just be considered fun? But okay, if that's how y'all move in real life, all right, girlfriend.
Because if the story was that Kenya and Cynthia, or Kenya and Candy, let's do it like that, Kenya and Candy were in Bolo's room having a threesome, it wouldn't be no, oh, they was just on a girl's trip, I ain't like that. Never. They played the Apollo thing for years, and Apollo said, this girl ain't never even really saw me for real.
Exactly.
But they played that scenario for years.
For years. Painted that girl like she was trying to come after that girl man.
So,
and it was all a lie.
All of it.
So I'm not understanding why y'all trying to vilify Kenya, because like you just said, if the roles were reversed, Portia and them would have used that to their best abilities, child, their best abilities, and went in on her. So I think we made ourselves abundantly clear. I like this. This is kind of like podcasty, friend. We might have to do a after the show. Let us know down in the comment section if you want me to start doing an after show on like the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac and Married to Medicine with Sheridan. Let me know, y'all, and we'll try to make it happen for y'all, because this was actually fun, and I can't even talk. I really enjoyed hearing somebody else's perspective outside of my own, because a lot of times me and Sheridan agree, and then a lot of times we don't, and she makes me see things that I don't normally look at, and vice versa. So once again, this is a reality show, but these women are filming, and they're real lives. This isn't like Love and Hip Hop where the shit is scripted. And then I saw, before we even log off, I saw a couple of women going with that narrative where I don't even believe nothing even happened with them. I just think that this is production trying to act like something happened. Okay, people. All right. Okay. Whatever dreamland you want to live in.
If that's the case, why is Tanya looking like she lost her soul? Why is Portia so angry at Kenya walking outside with Marlo? Now she's saying she alienated everybody. I need to interview Portia to ask her, do she know what the word alienation means? Because where did she alienate people? Show me that. I don't think that's what she meant, but you know, whatever. Praise God.
Because I'm like, what is happening here, Jesus? Like, she act like she don't, her words was, fuck Kenya, I don't give a fuck about Kenya. But as soon as you saw Kenya come outside with Marlo, baby, the roll of the eyes, honey, when these two team up together, girl, okay. But you don't give a fuck about her. All right. Oh, and I'm just not understanding either this Portia vilifying Kenya like you didn't do her wrong last season. I'm not understanding this.
Because she can do that because the fans are on her side. The fans hate Kenya so much. She could literally say, Kenya did XYZ to me and I hate her. And there will be all the evidence for Kenya. But everybody will follow Portia's side just because they hate Kenya that much. It's literally disgusting.
It really, truly is. I'm like, once again, and I've said this a million times, if me and Sheridan had been mortal enemies for years, And then she then came to me while we both were pregnant, or while I was pregnant, you know, tried to be there for me, was calling, checking up on me. We slowly, gradually started building a relationship or rapport with one another. And then we came together and said, look, we have both moved on. We're both married, getting married. We both have beautiful daughters. Let's just start over from scratch. This is petty. This has been going on too long. Let's do that. We make a truce. And then I go and have an attitude and insert myself into a situation that ain't got nothing to do with me, all because Sheridan got into it with somebody that I'm friends with. To me, that's breaking the truce. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's between you two grown women. If we have came together and said, we're going to set our beef aside, we're going to try to, you know, build a relationship with each other. Why would I then go back on my word and start to vilify you and say, fuck her over something that ain't got nothing to do with me? And a lot of y'all in the comment section were saying, well, Tanya's her friend. Oh, okay. All right. Once again, we're at work. We're filming for a show. Tanya is a grown-ass woman that know how to handle her grown-ass business.
Okay, but let's say Tanya is her best friend. Her very best friend.
Like Shamia? Like Shamia? Oh, okay.
No, I was just about to go there, friend. What does that have to do with the person seeing China? We see how Portia do her best friend.
Remind them, because I don't think they remember. Remind them how she did her friend, her best friend.
She nicely tossed Shamia out. That's why to this day I still don't think Portia and Shamia are friends. I think Shamia accommodates Portia, but they're not friends. Because the way Portia threw Shamia out to the wolves when she became friends with Phaedra was so disgusting and disheartening that she allowed Phaedra to sit in her face talking about Shamia's food, candy inside. Y'all forgot that she just sat there and let that happen and giggled. Meanwhile, when Shamia made a statement about Phaedra, okay, now we not gonna do that now. I don't have time for Portia and her little head and big booty. I don't.
I never. What wasn't Shamia at the reunion crying to her best friend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then this is what I'm talking about, because people try to act like Portia's a little slow. She's not, because she masterminded the whole reunion and stole Shamia's tears and then became a victim and made Shamia feel bad for her. What?
That's why I'm like, are y'all watching the same show I'm watching? I'm really not understanding this at all, but y'all can have it.
I think they're only thinking about one season and not thinking about the whole picture.
Yeah, y'all can have it. Girl, this was excellent, friend. This was wonderful. Can't wait to read the comments on this video. We gonna be called so many biased ass Kenya supporters. We gonna be some Trump supporters now, child. Girl, somebody in the comment section last week talking about if I would have known this was such a biased review, I wouldn't have even tuned in. Girl, if you don't shut up. Girl, they crazy. They are freaking crazy. But okay, y'all, that's the end of this special episode of Spill the Tea. I wasn't even planning on doing this, but y'all worked my nerves so bad in the damn comment section. Like and subscribe. Make sure to tell us y'all feelings in the comment section and turn y'all post notifications on so y'all know when my videos drop. I love you. Thank you, Sheridan, for coming on and talking to the Tea Squad. It was so much fun. Love you guys. See you on the next episode. Bye.